What's up, bitches? We are back. We're back with another episode. Cracked this with Morton on because it started raining, so we hit the barge and we are heading north again. We're just going to keep going north until we get out of this rain. But we're going to a place that I haven't been before, but it's very close to home. We're heading out to Kenilworth. Booloumba Creek's there, so we're going to go for a swim there now. We'll probably get there about 5 o'clock, so it's a bit of an arvo sesh. We're going to blend in tomorrow morning. We'll go for a little bit of a four-wheel. There's a few tracks around there, then back for a swim and head home. I have no idea what we're doing. There's no plan, but it's the last day of the trip, so let's make the most of it. Alright, so we got up to Booloumba and we're trying to find any camps that are near the water, because from the photos it looks like you can camp near this bloody blue lake, but that might just be the day use area. So this is our closest find. Campsite, walkway.
Could be right.
Is there water down there?
Yeah.
Is it deep?
Oh, pretty though, it's clear.
Super clear.
It must be that day use 2 area.
The boys when I was just with them said it was a
Watch
big
that
spot
spider
down
right
there.
Oh no! Radio! Green, but it's not like. Green, okay, just a steady rain.
Doesn't look like the photo.
We should have had a wander down the other spot.
Yeah boy,
This is just what we're after.
that's the one. Found it. This is one of the photos that I recognise from wiki camps and a lot of Instagram, etc. Blue rock bottom.
It's refreshing. Well, that's not too bad. I was expecting worse.
Well, down there it'll probably be cold.
Let me feel.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be the judge of the coldness.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a snorkel. Get a mask and go for dive.
It's definitely a nipple pointer.
Alrighty, this is it. We found the closest
Oh my God,
campsites
you
we
got
can to the water, but we do have to park in the parks because you can't actually get your car into these grounds. So it's sort of for tents and stuff, but we made do, made it work. Let's have a night. Time to start a fire. Alright, good morning guys. Now what you didn't see this morning is we did a massive 6k walk through the forest this morning, sunrise, out to some gold mine place. It was just basically a door with some bars in front of it. Pretty cool, but nice little walk. But we've headed up the road. It was a 10k drive to Booloumba Falls, so we'll go check that out. It's basically the 2 major things here. You got like the creeks that you can camp by, and then the falls to go and check out. So we'll suss that out. Got some lunch, a couple of drinks, and see if we've got some actual flowing water, because I can't hear any, but it would be nice. Ow! 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 I haven't showered in 4 weeks. I think this is part of, well, it's part of Booloumba Falls. I don't know if this is the biggest bit, but she ain't flowing much.
The whole cave for nothing.
This is yumba.
I told you this fall would be shit, babe. What are you doing?
Eat it. Just eat it.
The next day.
So guess what? We ended up at DI. Man, we've been flying around the country like bloody nomads at the moment. But we're here because we do need to go to an event in Noosa, camping thing tomorrow night. We didn't want to go home because you know what it's like when you go home, start unpacking, you never want to leave again. So we thought we'd just make that one extra night. But James and Ash have bailed off home. We're going to spend the one more night at DI and then that event tomorrow. But this is sort of the end of our little trip series. But do want to go through a few things with you guys. Right, so what I wanted to talk about was bloody hats off to the people who do daily vlogs. Now, I mean, regardless of what kind of genre you do, people just do random daily vlogs walking around. It's hard bloody work. I tell you what, I wanted to do, we did a 10-day trip, 8 days of filming, on do daily vlogs, and I reckon we only got, what, we've got 5 or 6 with a push. It's bloody hard work. So hats off to those guys who do that. There's a reason their subscribers increase because of it. So I'm struggling with this box. So we've got this final day here on DI, and trying not to litter. And I thought I'd just take you through, and what everyone wants to know is what went wrong on the trip, what damage did I have, what broke this time, because everything breaks. Oh look, these are all in order. Ever seen a brand new deck of cars? They're in order. Cody does this awesome shuffling thing. I'm gonna try it. Bang, bang, and then.
Yeah. Hold here.
Oh, shit. Yeah! So what went wrong on the trip? I actually had quite a few dramas this trip, and it's because I didn't have enough time to prepare. This always happens to me. I go away and I'm working last minute. What did I have on the midnight the night before we left? I was installing the winch. I was gassing my aircon because this chiller I put in, which episode hasn't come out yet, but I've put an interchiller and a water methanol injection system on, and they were both kind of half finished before we left on this trip. And basically the interchiller system relies on your aircon, and that was having a few dramas. But we got it gassed the night before, got the winch in, a few other bits and pieces. Obviously blew my diff the weekend before. That's still leaking, but there was no dramas with that. So the first issue we had was, what was it? Was it the pulley on the alternator? I think it wasn't until we got to Morton Island. Up to that point, everything was kind of all right, and then it turned to shit.
New South Wales when we were at Supercheap, remember? We had to go Supercheap.
Oh, the charging, yeah. Okay, so the Red Vision system, the way I installed it, is stupid me. The screen is directly below 2 rubber grommets, and it pissed rain for 5 days, so I've never had this problem because there hasn't been that much rain. There was that much rain that the water actually seeped through the grommet and dripped straight on top of the Red Vision system, which shorted it out and cut the screen off, so I didn't see anything. And then the charging from the car, there wasn't enough voltage, and the setting on the BMS, not on the BMS, but through the Red Vision had changed. And basically it wasn't charging when I was driving. So basically almost run the batteries flat. We did have to do a night on a powered site to charge everything up. Managed to get a torch and sort of half see the screen to actually set it back to the setting it needed to be at to charge through ignition. So then we got the charging sorted, kind of. Bit of a bush fix on that. And then I'm gonna have to plug up those holes properly because of the rain getting in. And then yeah, when we were on Morton Island, the alternator pulley, it's an overrunning pulley, just failed out of nowhere, which is really strange. Basically it's a one-way clutch, so it can overrun on high revs and doesn't throw the belt. That stripped, and I had no alternator, and then everything got hot and it just turned. I did have a spare alternator and we installed that obviously, but I had to go from an 8 PK to a 6 PK belt, so we were cutting belts and all sorts of crap. So that was kind of frustrating. Then that same day, completely unrelated, but this happened at the same time. Once I got it running with the alternator, the interchiller stopped working and I was running extremely hot temperatures. It was running like 68, 70, it almost got to 80 degrees. I think I've got a photo there somewhere of my intake temperatures were higher than my coolant temperature, which is absolutely insane. And after a bit of, I guess, fault finding, I discovered that the valve on the cold side, on the blue valve, was leaking. And then I was like, why is it leaking? It turns out I did weld a T-piece onto that section, gave it to my mate who can TIG weld, but I forgot to pull the valve out. I didn't even think, and the TIG got that hot, it actually burnt some of the rubber seal around the valve, and when we pulled it out, because all the gas had leaked out, when we pulled it out, it was basically bent and all the rubber was destroyed. So put a new valve in, re-gassed it again, and now the chiller's working. But that was a massive drama. Basically the whole time on Morton Island, it was running really hot. I was just waiting for one of those pistons to start melting. Other than that, it hasn't been too bad. I don't think anything else really went wrong, but usual shit, you know. It's kind of due for a rebuild, I think. It's just, the motor's getting tired. It's been 3 or 4 years now of hard yakka, so retune with this chiller and just give it a bit of a health check, I think. Oh, the gearbox has been winding like a motherfucker for like at least 6 months. It started first gear, second gear, now third was happening, and now it's pretty much every single gear. As soon as you hit the synchro, it's just like, it sounds like a straight cut gear gearbox. Stuff's going wrong there, so that's on its way out. That's its 4th gearbox now. So I'm considering just going to auto, but I just can't, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to go like a manualized turbo, what is it, a 6L80? No, 4L80. The 4L80 manualized might help it. But anyway, I just don't want to do more with the bloody gearbox on this thing. So that needs changing. Have reduction gears in the transfer case ready to go. So that's got to go in. So there's a bit of work. I'm going to write a list when I get home, and it just needs a bit of love, you know. This 80 is getting all the love at the moment, but the Patrol needs a good week on it to get it back up to scratch. Enough blabbering on from me. Sorry this episode was kind of shit, but not a lot happened today. We basically just sort of wound up the trip. We're all sort of getting tired from it. Like I said, daily vlogging is absolutely crazy, and the guys that do it, hats off to them. So, we're not playing a game?
Yeah.
I was meant to do this whole little chat with a game happening and just show how like cool I am at multitasking, but that's not really gonna happen. Alrighty, I'm out of here. We're gonna play some cards, have some food, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Should be the 80 series next, or maybe something to do with this chiller. I don't know, I got that much editing to do. I'm just blabbering on now. Anyway, we'll see you guys next episode. Peace. Guys, if you like this video, make sure to click up here to subscribe to the channel. Click over here for our latest merchandise on our website. And down below or to the side, I'm not sure where it is our last episode. If you haven't watched it, click on that to check it out. See you guys.